Hey, what's up, y'all? And this is a Lite-Bulb moment.
I'm Asania.
And I'm Deshaun.
And it's a motivational podcast.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, awesomeness. I love motivational podcasts.
Stay tuned.
Y'all check it out.
Hey, y'all. I don't even know how to start or finish it. Pick up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Lite-Bulb moment podcast. You know, I'm Deshaun.
I'm
Asania.
Yeah, it's me. I just messed that
Oh,
shit
that looks good. That volume, that looks good.
Does it really?
The
then let's just keep going then.
Okay, cool. So today we're going to talk about...
What are we going to talk about?
Meditation.
Oh, no, I wanted to do it. Tell me, hold on. So today we're going to talk about meditation. And give tips on how to meditate, kind of explain what meditation is and the different variations of meditation.
Right. If
I
I
wish
can
I
go
could
ahead
see my
and
hand while I'm doing these hand gestures.
Yeah, it is.
It don't make no sense.
Gesturing, yeah. Well, if I can say something real quick, I'm first.
Now
of all,
you gesturing.
I suck at meditation. I ain't gonna even act like I'm the meditation guru because I am not one. I mean, it's not even that.
I think they appreciate your honesty.
It's not even the doing the meditation. The act of doing it is actually just going. It's the procrastination that takes part before I do it. So yeah, I'm one of them.
It's the procrastination that takes place before meditation that makes meditation hard for you.
Yeah, because while I'm meditating, I'm like, oh, okay, this is fun.
So it's the actual state of getting yourself to meditate.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's probably most people's issue.
I'm very hesitant. And yeah, I don't know why I just get all...
It's funny because
weird.
We feel like it's almost like you feel like you have a specific time, like you have to do it at,
right,
and be in a specific place in order to
I think
started.
We always overthink it. Everyone kind of overthinks meditation. I think it's so much more than what it is, but it's actually... I think it's a simple act that can have a big effect.
Right.
So,
and I think...
and you're better at meditating. He does Tai Chi.
I am working on it. I've been trying to figure out ways of actually learning how to meditate for the past 2 years. I started in 2016. I realized that I had serious anxiety and it was starting to become overwhelming and I was starting to have panic attacks and I needed some way to control it because I had a feeling that it's in my head. And upon this journey, I realized that I couldn't sit still. I actually tried to do the sitting, chanting meditation, so I sought out other ways of meditating, and Tai Chi was one of the ones that came up. Because, there's a bunch of different forms. I mean, you got Qigong, what?
A bunch of different
forms. Oh, moving meditation. Let me clarify. There are
sorry.
several variations of moving meditation besides Tai Chi, because yoga is a form of moving meditation.
Right. Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, because even though you hold a certain pose for a certain amount of time, you're still moving within the actual meditation and you're supposed to focus.
What other forms of moving meditation?
Walking,
okay.
Walking is a moving meditation.
Dancing. Because when you dance, your mind...
That's why I did it too.
Your mind goes somewhere, especially if someone who's like really into dance and like channeling stuff and that's
and for me the moving meditation is really good when you have anxiety because by moving usually from a therapy session that I had at one point in time, the therapist explained to me that an anxiety attack is nothing but your body going into fight or flight mode. And what fight or flight mode is your body's preparing itself for a tense situation with a serious adrenaline rush. And you're either going to try to figure, I forgot the different ways of getting it out, but it's just basically adrenaline rush. Mm-hmm. And you need to get the adrenaline out of your body. So through walking, running, that's why people who say they don't have anxiety and stuff, because they work out, they exercise, because they release a lot of them endorphins. So if they get stressed, they go running, it calms them down because they're exerting those endorphins or that adrenaline from the anxiety.
So running can be like a meditation?
Meditation, a form of release. Because meditation is just a form of release and creating clarity.
Right.
And calming your body and your mind down.
Mentally.
Being still, yeah.
Yes.
Like we say, the biggest part is about trying to be still.
Right.
But back, Tai Chi was the beginning phase, and then I stopped taking Tai Chi for about a year. But within that time, I got myself calm enough where I could start practicing sitting meditation, and then that's when I started doing the sitting meditation.
So, in 2016, you started doing Tai Chi.
Yeah.
And then you took a year off.
2017, I stopped doing Tai Chi.
Okay, and then when did you start back doing Tai Chi?
This summer.
Oh, okay. That's
May.
what's up.
April, May.
I need to find something that, like... I think everyone needs to find a form of meditation.
Yeah, you should.
And I think it's not just... I know people be like, oh, I don't feel like being still, sitting Indian style and shit. And you have to find out what works. But you got to make sure it's meditation, though. I know sometimes you be like, okay, well, I just want to do whatever.
Y'all couldn't see the gestures. I just want to do whatever.
Right,
I mean, but...
I guess if whatever works for you, though. Because I just don't want to, like, cheat myself out of doing some real-life meditation. And I think that people feel the same.
And see, that's the thing. You can't cheat yourself. I don't think there's a way to cheat yourself within meditation, because the whole thing is learning how to be still and concentrated. And the longer you're able to, like, there's no shortcut.
Don't be going to sleep.
You know what? That's not a bad thing.
It's not.
I feel like people who learn how to meditate, if it gets them to the point where they can fall asleep, because remember what the guy said? By doing it, it increases serotonin output, melatonin, and it was one more chemical that your brain releases to help you relax.
Does it start with an O?
It was another tonin. But it's cool, regardless.
Oxytocin?
But if it's producing melatonin to help you sleep, then that's actually a healthy thing, because sleep helps you repair your body.
Right. I don't know why I feel like I want to police meditation. Like, you ain't doing it right, but
You're doing it wrong, boy.
You ain't doing it right.
You're doing it wrong. But I'll explain to you, or we want to explain to you, there are 4 categories for meditation, and this was an important piece of information that really helped me. Okay, first and foremost, meditation. I think the biggest thing that people have is they don't know why they're doing it, and what it's good for, and what they should expect from it, what they're trying to get out of it. Mm-hmm. You have to know that before you can even get into the whole idea of wanting to meditate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You have to know what your reason. Otherwise, you're going to give up early, because you don't have an objective while trying to do this. Like anything that you do in life, you have to know why you're doing it. It has to have a purpose.
Right.
If it has no purpose, you'll do it for a while because it's entertaining.
Maybe that's why I can't do it.
Right, and when it stops being entertaining, then you're not worried about it. Say, hey, I'm so serious about it because I understand the purpose of it, and I have an objective, which is getting in control of my mind so I can minimize my anxiety, and eventually eliminate it. And I know that this is one of the methods of doing it. So for anybody who's trying to start it, I feel like you need to sit down and ask yourself the biggest question: why am I doing this? And what am I trying to get out of this? Then once you can identify that, then it becomes a lot easier to get into it. Mm-hmm. Engulf yourself in it.
So you gotta have a why.
You gotta have a why.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have a why.
It could be anything. Right.
Yeah, it could be stress relief. It could be you're trying to work on your health. You need to learn how to focus. You need some more clarity in life. Maybe you're trying to find your purpose. Sleeping issues. Multiple reasons.
Right, exactly.
Multiple reasons. So.
I never knew about the real life benefits of meditation, as far as, like, I knew it would help you mentally, but according to this video we watched from ASAP Science, it also helps with, like, physical things too.
That shit blew my mind.
Right. So,
like, scientifically proven facts of, like, of how it can improve your mood, mm-hmm. your level of empathy, mm-hmm. The gray matter in your brain, mm-hmm. increase your thought process, your cognitive skills, like we said, increase serotonin levels. Blood pressure. Mm-hmm. Because it'll slow down the beating of your heart. But the gray matter part in the brain, mm-hmm. not to say that it can cure cancer, but it does something to your DNA on a cellular level.
Repair your DNA.
On a cellular level.
Right.
Like it helps you on a cellular level, on a level that you can't even fathom.
Exactly. And that was like a quick 3-minute video, so I'm sure like we're probably missing a bunch of stuff.
Insight, right. But to know that it has so many physical benefits to it also is almost like, why wouldn't you do this? And it costs nothing. And it only requires a few minutes of your day.
Yeah. So I think I am missing out by not doing meditation. Who'd have thunk?
And a lot of through all the books we've read for success, every
single book talks about meditation.
Effing bleep book talks about meditation or some form of it. You're then most people who attain success have a still mind or use meditation to reach some level of success.
Yeah. I feel like everyone has used meditation and kind of take themselves to the next level almost.
Because at the end of the day, all it is helping you get control of your brain.
Right.
It's helping you control, because here's something that I don't think the average person pays attention. We are not mindful of what we do. We move through the world by default.
Right.
We are constantly responding to a trigger or something that is given. Like we don't move with intent. Not say everybody doesn't, but the average individual doesn't move with some kind of intent where there's a goal set up where he knows what he's about to go do. And pardon my French, unless it's chasing ass. Or maybe chasing some money.
Focused.
You don't get focused until money or ass is involved.
Right. But they said, somebody said meditation is prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when God talks to you. That's somebody said.
That's deep,
ain't it?
What's crazy though, in the 33 types of meditation video, they actually made reference to prayer as a form of meditation, and I was like, so I've been saying this for the longest. Mm-hmm. People make it like some individuals I used to run with. I would refer to meditation and prayer in the same light, and they would be like, "Well, I do prayer." Like there's a large difference. Mm-hmm. There's a big difference between the two, and they're pretty much one. Yeah, they one and the same. It's one and the same. But the 4 main categories, this was very important. There are 4 main categories of meditation. Uh-huh. And the first one was concentration. Uh-huh. The second one was
contemplation.
I ain't hear you.
Contemplation?
And then it was transcendental. Mm-hmm. And then the last one was chanting.
Yes.
And every other type of meditation is just a subcategory of one of those 4 classes of meditation.
Mm-hmm. So it's a whole lot of ways you can meditate.
It's a whole lot of ways.
Right.
And then to break down the 4 types, concentration is when you find something to focus on. You can do it sitting down, standing up, while walking, find an object. Maybe it could be your breath. It can be your nose. It can be some kind of object, something to just put your attention on and just focus on that and just learn how to and just relax within that situation. And then within contemplation meditation, the second type, contemplating meditation is it's funny because everybody that feels like, oh my God, my brain is, I'm overthinking and I'm overthinking. But it turns out that's actual form of meditation. That's
when I meditate. A couple of times I have meditated. I do 5 minutes and I just let my brain go.
Right.
I don't care what it is I'm thinking about. If I want to think about the same thing over and over, whatever my brain wants to do, I just let
it go. Just don't get caught up emotionally attached to any of those thoughts. But just let it keep running and racing through. And the thing is, through contemplation, is to get control to the point where instead of it just being random thoughts, you're actually manifesting the thoughts.
Right.
And
you have more focus.
And focusing and locking on specific ideas or thoughts. Basically, the creative part of your brain versus the stuff that dwells on the past and the destructive stuff or the negative. You know what I'm saying? Right. And constantly emit those positive, constructive thoughts to eventually manifest what you want. If you say you want a career change, focus and figure and think about ways and create thoughts of where you see yourself at, how you want to do. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I used to meditate and I didn't realize when I was younger, I foresaw myself with locks. Like, I know what I'm gonna look like.
That's funny.
I have an idea, I've manifested what I'm gonna look like post locks. So that's contemplation meditation. So you really shouldn't feel bad if your mind is going haywire. It's probably a healthy thing because you got a lot of thoughts that you need to cycle through to get out.
Yeah, it's all about just feeling your true feelings in the moment and being sincere with yourself and going through that process of, really identifying how you really feel so you won't suppress anything. You have to get it out.
You gotta let it go.
And, cry, laugh, get mad, do whatever.
Or even it may help you get to the point of clarity and identify exactly what it is that's causing you. Because sometimes you can't even identify your triggers. It's so much shit going on. You so overwhelmed, you heard me? That is like you can't identify or you can't pinpoint what that exact thing is that you need to let go and release. So
right, exactly. And you won't know what you need to let go until you take a step back and really look at it.
And then you'll know what it is when it punches you in your gut and you get this feeling of, or you get this moment of elation or sorrow or whatever it is that you feel when that thought comes up from whatever. And I'm speaking off experience on this one that affects you. Then you'll know what it is that you need to start working on and you need to identify and be more thoughtful of. That's why they recommended doing the books and the things that I've read have recommended doing meditation twice a day. Once when you wake up in the morning, before anything has gotten in your mind, before you've done anything, and then when you go to bed, so you can process, do your affirmations, release, and reevaluate your day.
And reflect.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, so I think a lot of times we get caught up in, and we should definitely focus on what we want with manifestation and thinking about, focusing on the good and what you want and not what you don't want. But you also want to focus on your now, your reality. Just
be in the present for a minute. Enjoy where you at. Like, enjoy this. Like enjoy
even if
your
you
space.
hate it. Like, if you need to, go through in your mind cursing somebody out real quick, I think it's good to go through it.
Yeah. Because you're getting it out.
Yeah.
You're getting it out. And then there was chanting meditation. And chanting meditation is simply, you can do it when you're walking, you can do it when you're running, you can do it when you're sitting still, you can do it while you're at work, while you're in the middle of something. Taking time. And what is it? You find most people, was it Japa beads? Yeah, what they were called. I never knew what those were. I just thought they were some fancy ass beads. But the Japa beads is like a stimulant. It's no different from concentration meditation, but you have a physical stimulant that you focus on while reciting a chant, whether it be you have a chant or affirmation that you're repeating yourself, kind of like the contemplation meditation. You're not really trying to shut your mind down or focus on anything in particular, but you're just letting this chant and you're letting the beads kind of just be your focal point and release. So your brain is still aware, because that was something they said. Your brain is still aware in contemplation meditation and chanting meditation. And you're still alert of what's going on in your environment. Right. But it's a way of relaxing you and calming you down.
I guess the
slowing down
kind of help with stillness.
Yeah. It's like a stimulant. I feel like for instance, somebody who can't be still, but they need something, this is relaxing them. That's what the beads, I would assume the beads. I'm going to go find some Japa beads and just try it out. Because that's the one form of meditation I've never really tried, is the chanting meditation, where I do or do some kind of some kind of affirmation or something doing the meditation. Right. But I want to see how that works. And then the last form, transcendental meditation, is the deepest form, and this one is usually when you are extremely still. This is probably the one that's done the most when you're sitting down. And this one has been shown to that's the one that has the best medical results.
Oh, okay. You got the most benefits.
It has the most benefits.
would you say this is the most difficult one? I feel like this is the one everyone thinks about when they think
of meditation. Yes, this is the one where you just relax, you let everything go. You are able to go so deep into your thought where you're actually not aware of anything. It feels like you're in a state of sleep. And they say in actuality, in transcendental meditation, you fall into a state of rest that is 4 times deeper than the actual state of sleep.
Oh, wow.
Or REM sleep.
Have you ever been there?
I think I have. I just didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I thought I was asleep. But I was aware. Like you're still alert. Your brain is not shut off like in sleep.
Right.
But the depth, like the level of rest and calmness that your body receives is 4 times deeper than that of actual sleep.
What's deeper than sleep?
Actually, oh man, that just means your mind is just on a whole nother plane, a whole nother way of awareness. If you're doing it in your own space by yourself with nobody that potentially cause a threat to you, I would assume it is.
Because I be thinking that when you sleep, the other half of your brain is kind of like on third shift, and it's kind of like fixing stuff and working on stuff.
Yeah, and that's actually what it's doing. When you're in that space, and your body, because your body thinks it's sleep. At that point, once you reaches that, your mind and your body actually thinks it's sleep, but it's not. Your mind is still alert to a degree.
That's interesting.
You got to go back and watch it. But the transcendental meditation was the deepest one. That was the one that, when you think of a Buddhist monk or somebody like that, or somebody who just sits around and meditates and they going into another zone or another realm or something,
right?
Or they astral plane. Like that's why I think that's when you hear astral planing. You familiar with astral plane?
That's when you think you're in the lucid dream.
It's almost like an out of body experience. What people try to equate to out of body experience.
Having those, right?
I haven't done it in a very long time.
I read about it. Well, I watched a video on it.
It's been years since I was a teenager the last time I did it.
I don't think I ever did it, but I do remember. It seems like every time I start to have some type of control of my dream, I'm waking up. So I can't really,
go deep into it.
Yeah.
That's because I think that a lot of people freak out at certain points of their dreams, so they wake up. See, I don't have that issue.
Oh, and meditation helps with lucid dreaming too. Yeah, I saw a video on it. It helps you to really get control of your dreams.
Say who?
A video I saw.
Say word. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what they said.
See, I don't have that problem because I'm a gamer.
Oh, so you know how to
I read an article that gamers actually have better control of their dreams because their mind is so...
Because you're in a dream in the damn game.
Through the video games, they so used to these different realms and thinking outside of the box that when you step into the dream is no different from that of a video game. So you have more control over them. But it's deep, man. The transcendental meditation, that's the one I really want to get to. I want to figure out how to do. I think that's going to take the most amount of work. And those are the 4 types. And what are they again? Chanting, concentration, contemplating,
and transcendental. So transcendental, that's like the difficult, most highest, form of meditation.
And I don't want to say it's difficult. We're not going to say it's difficult. We're not going to pick that picture that.
But we're going to say you don't have to start with that one.
No, that is the one that you probably want to work up towards.
Right. So
you try to work and improve on.
If you want to start, find what works.
True.
What works best for you. You may be missing out on some good meditation because you're not finding the one that's, best for you.
So I feel like my tips on helping getting started. The first step is getting off your butt and actually doing it.
You gotta be active.
You gotta be active. So when you get up, if you have to be up at 10 o'clock, set on for get up at 9:30. Give yourself a 30-minute window just to get prepared. And you want to give yourself about 30 minutes just to try. Not to say you have to use the entire 30 minutes, but start off trying to reach. That should be your goal, is to try to get up to a 30-minute slot.
That's a long time.
See?
No, it's not.
It's really not, and that's crazy, right? Because if you can listen to this video for 30 minutes, try sitting still, being still for 30 minutes.
Right.
The next step is, most of the videos want to tell you be still. or find a place to sit, or just sit down. And I'm not gonna say that. I think the first thing is finding a area where you can be comfortable and no one would distract you. So for me, I do mine in the bathroom or in the shower. There's nobody's gonna come in the shower. I don't care if somebody's at home or not at home. Nobody's gonna F with you while you're in the bathroom, especially if you're in the shower or in the bathtub. It's like one of the most private places you can find. So find a place.
Oh, and that water help too.
That water is very therapeutic. Because the water is kind of like the sound. Because if you don't play any music, remember it was like fine rhythmic sounds or something that goes back to the chanting, meditation, like listening to a sound or something that your body your mind can connect
it's like
to.
You become the sound.
The sound become the sound. Become the sound.
Yeah.
Listen to the sound. Absorb the frequency. Nigga, please. But find a space where you can go, where you can be relaxed. Mm-hmm. And then once you find that space, find a space within that space, meaning like a chair. Maybe you want to sit Indian style. If you're outside, a tree to sit under and lean up against, a rock, something. Find a space where you can sit down and you'll be physically comfortable. Mm-hmm. That's the next step. I heard one guy say he sits on the floor Indian style, but he's also, and I've done this before, I sit in the chair. It's my comfortable chair. I feel relaxed in this chair. I can think in it, and I'll sit down and just be still in that chair. Find a spot where you can sit down, relax. Next, if you are around electronics, turn everything off. Make sure you put everything away. The only sound that you should have is either the natural sounds that come from the environment around you, or the music with no vocals, the instrumental, rhythmic, chanting, bing, bong, whatever you're going to use. Binaural. Oh, say it again. Say it again. Oh, binaural beats. Find what a binaural beat. And tap into that.
There's a bunch of that on YouTube.
A whole bunch of that on YouTube. What will really help is, so you don't have to stress and worry about how long you're doing it, find a device. Have something with a clock or a timer or something on it.
Right.
A stopwatch. Everybody's phone has a stopwatch. Set the time on it and give yourself a time limit, and then just forget about it. Let it go.
Right, let go.
So, now that you've done all that and you're sitting still, you got your stopwatch going, the next thing is to either keep your eyes open, keep your eyes closed. If you're going to do concentration meditation, usually I do it with my eyes closed, but if you need to, find something to focus on. Like, this is real crazy. It's crazy as hell. You ought to try this shit. It's trippy as hell. I'll sit in the dark in my bathroom. I'm taking my shower and meditate. I'm giving y'all my secrets. I'm TMIing y'all, but this is what I do. Sit in the dark. There's no light, right? Mm-hmm. So even if I do it with my eyes closed, when I open up my eyes, it's so dark that there's no difference in my state. There's nothing that's going to change my mental state.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and it's already dark, my eyes closed, but when I open it up, like, I'm still in that same space. It's almost like you're
entering your dream.
Yeah, I'm still in that same space, but my eyes are open, and I know that I'm aware my eyes are actually and my brain is trying to adjust to the idea that I'm not seeing nothing. It's still dark, that high, that darkness, that blackness, that space that you in.
Okay.
I still see it once I open because every once in a while your eyes are going to want to open up. Right. So that I'll open up and I see a window or a wall or the light, something that's going to throw me off and send me down the path of random thoughts. It just opens up the darkness, and honestly, my eyes just want to close again.
Yeah, see, I'll start taking them dark showers.
Take them dark showers. That's how I'm patting that shit dark shower room. But I find something to focus on.
That's dope. I'm gonna try that, like, for real.
It's just trippy as hell the first time.
Oh yeah.
But find something to focus on, and put your attention on that. Make sure you know whether your eyes are open. I don't care if it's a shoe, a clock, whatever. Just focus on it and put your attention on that. Most of the time they tell you to focus on your breathing. That would probably be helpful. But focus on, find something to focus on. Then you start doing your breathing. You don't have to focus on your breathing, and then you start breathing. And one gentleman recommended doing 3 deep breaths through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Then inhale through your nose, do that 3 times, and then after the 3rd time, focus on just breathing through your nose. The first 2 are to get your lungs and everything working, expanding them, taking in deep breaths, and then after that part, you can do just more of a rhythmic breathing. Because I'll be honest with you, if you're trying to breathe through your mouth, you're gonna focus on that, and it takes work.
Right.
You're actually not just relaxing, you're actually still, you're working. So once you start breathing through your nose, that's more natural, and your body starts to calm down because it feels like it's doing what it's supposed to do naturally. So then that was something new I just learned. That actually makes sense. Start breathing through your nose, and then after that, you just relax and try to just do that regardless of where your mind goes, how you feel, whatever your body says. Let go of the tension on every breath. If your body feels tense and your thought comes in and says, get up, when you exhale, just say, sit down. Inhale. If your mind says do something, think the exact opposite. If your leg says that it's tense and it's aching, no, it's not. And just remind yourself that you're calm, you're good. Remind yourself of where you at, what you're trying to do. You're relaxing. If you feel you're getting tense, relax. Your mind is gonna say you tensing. Like, nope, relax. And just do that until you hit a beep, 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 beep on the timer that you have, and your time is up. And I recommend starting. One dude said start with a minute. That's not challenging. That's not realistic. A minute is not. You're not gonna feel anything from it. Start with 5 minutes. You start with 5 minutes, and you make it 5 minutes. Try 5 minutes once a day, 5 days. You ain't got to do 7 days, but once a day for 5 days straight. Take 2 days off. So if you start on a Monday, finish on a Friday. If you start on a Saturday, finish on a Wednesday. Take those 5 days, do 5 minutes. If you can do every day for 5 minutes, try it twice a day. So that's 10 minutes out of your day that you try this. Once you finish with the 5 and you can do it you've done it 5 days straight, add another 5 minutes on, jump to 10. I'd rather do it in 5 minute increments. Add 1 minute is still not a challenge. You're not gonna feel, people want to feel the gratification. They want to feel like they've completed something. Right. If you don't feel like you've completed something for real, you're not gonna continue it. So you need to feel some kind of gratification. So start with 5, then get to 10, and just move up by counts of 5. Until you can get to the 30 minute. 30 minutes you want that to be your goal. Once you hit 30 minutes, then start trying increments of 15. Move up to 45. Once you hit 45, move up to an hour. Because if you can get to 30 minutes, you're good. Another 15 minutes is not going to bother you. You've already done 15 minutes before. So you just add 15 more minutes on.
I guess it probably starts to go faster and faster.
It actually starts going up. Right. You don't even realize that the time is passing.
Right.
That's my tips to getting started. If you fall off, you start all over again.
Yeah,
don't ever beat yourself up for falling off.
Like, I can't do this.
I can't do this. Just keep trying. After a while, because that's what happened to me. If you keep trying over time, eventually you'll realize that you're doing it, you're not even thinking about it. It just becomes one with your day.
It's going to get to the point where when you don't do it, you're going to miss it.
Right. When you don't do it, you're going to want to do it. You're going to see the difference in your mood. You're going to see the difference in your mental state, your attitude. I think one of the biggest things is you want to recognize it'll slow you down and calm you down. You'll be able to process and see stuff, and you won't be so reactive to it. You'll respond, but it won't be an instant response. You won't just react when something happens to you. You'll be able to process it and then handle it accordingly, versus just reacting and then trying to process it and then trying to fix what you where you fucked up because you reacted.
Right. Yeah.
So
proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah, you'll be proactive instead of reactive, and you'll just see a stillness about yourself. So, again, 3 tips. First, figure out before meditating what it is, why you're trying to do it, and what you're trying to gain from it. Then figure out what's the best step for you, whether it be walking meditation, moving meditation, sitting meditation, concentrating, contemplating, chanting. I wouldn't worry about transcendental until you get to that point where you think you can actually be still and try the other 3. And then once you identify that, find you a space where you feel comfortable that you can go to on a regular basis and know that there won't be any interference. Find that space, sit down, try the 3 tips that I told you to get started, and then just move it from there. And the key things you should look out to, for gratifying to make you want to continue. Look for the difference in your mood. Look for your ability to process information. Your memory. It should help with memory. Memory loss.
Memory loss.
And really just stillness.
Yeah.
Stillness. If you feel like walking is helping, go outside, take a walk. Walk in the environment, go to a park. Now with a lot of activity, a park that isn't using that a lot of people don't frequent.
A busy park. Go to like a little cut park.
Yeah, a little bullshit park.
A walking path.
Oh, walking path. Somewhere where you know it's not going to be a lot of traffic. And if you're going to listen to your music, have your earbuds on, but don't have anything with vocals that are going to influence your thought process. And these are my tips to help you get started with your meditation that eventually, I hope, helps you grow and become a better person.
Dopeness. Well, I think you just explained it better than I can, so I have no last words. Do you have anything else you want to talk about besides meditation? I mean, I'm going to have to take your advice myself.
No, I'm going to start holding you accountable. You should start doing it. You should start doing it.
I do, because...
So once a week, we just need to meet up and just meditate, man.
Yeah. I need to...
Don't me. Just go in there.
I do.
Yeah, you're right, but yeah.
I do. I really need to meditate.
Well, start implementing. Like I said, just take the steps in what we're doing. And just try it.
For sure.
Don't for sure me. Try it, nigga. Try it. But for sure, it was nice talking to y'all. Hope y'all get a lot from this video, man. This is probably one of my most favorite episodes that we recorded.
You trying to tell me what to do and stuff.
I say, bro, I ain't your hefe, bro. I ain't your hefe. I don't crack the whip, you dig? I ain't no cracker. Yeah, dig? Yeah, cracker don't have to be white, you dig? It's just the person that cracks the whip. Light-Bulb moments.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Y'all be good. Check us out. Check us out at Light-Bulb Moment on Instagram. Check out our page. Subscribe to our page on Facebook. Look me up. I'm AustinNear17 on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook.
Duran, DSHAUNDURON.
We appreciate y'all attention, time, and love, man. Be good.